guys, it's Megan and welcome back to the Wolterman Homestead. With everything that is going on in the world, I thought it'd be great to share a recipe with you that I learned as an elementary school student. The school that I went to, we had a huge Civil War days. We had Civil War reenactors come to the school. We had a great big teepee out front. It was just a really big deal where I went to school. And one thing that we learned in home ec class to go along with Civil War days was how to make hardtack. Hardtack has been around for a really long time. I will drop a link down below to share the history of hardtack. It's been around since the Civil War, before the Civil War. In the article that I found, it even mentioned it being found in the Egyptian period. So it's really simple, limited ingredients, and it lasts for a really long time. The one article that I read said that if stored properly, it can last up to 50 years. So, super crazy. What you're going to need is 2 cups of flour and a cup of water and then a little bit of salt. The salt is optional. If you don't have salt, you don't have to put it in. Basically, flour and water. So, my hands are clean. If you want to use a spoon, you could. We're just going to dump the cup of water in here with the flour. I'm actually going to go ahead and throw in the salt because my brain kind of forgot about it. So 2 teaspoons of salt. If you don't have salt, you don't have to add it. And you just kind of work it into a dough. We still have baby chicks over there, so if you hear them, they're getting so big. You're going to take a little bit of flour and flour your surface. Drop down your dough. And just get to kneading it. Basically, the consistency is kind of like Play-Doh at this point. I've got a rolling pin. We're just going to roll it out. It'd be great if you could try to make it square, since typically crackers are kind of square. You want to get your dough about 1/4 of an inch thick. Now you're going to just cut your squares. Usually they're about 3 inches in length. Your next step is poking holes in your squares. Now you could use anything from, like, if you're roughing it, you could use a nail and clean it really good. You could use a fork, you could use a knife. I'm gonna try different methods. I don't know what that is. I'm gonna try different things just to kind of show you. And I wouldn't waste any little pieces either. You might just have to check on them as they bake. So, like, that was a 2-pronged fork. You could do a regular fork. Have the oven preheated to 375. Just kind of have them scattered here on this cookie sheet. We're going to pop them in for 30 minutes. 30 minutes is up, so we're going to take these guys out. And we're going to flip them all over. Pulled these out of the oven. So you bake them at 375, 30 minutes each side. So you bake them an hour total. The one side has holes in it, the other side I didn't poke holes in. But it is really hard. Like, I mean, I can break it. I'm letting it cool down. We have always, you know, as a kid you learn a new recipe, and so we made it all the time. Tried it with different things. We always liked it with honey. But like typically, you know, during the Civil War they would have had it with a stew or coffee, some sort of liquid, and they would have dunked it in the liquid and then eaten it that way. These are kind of rustically cut, but that's alright. If you want to do it better, you could get a ruler and measure it out and cut them out that way. But I'm going to stick these in an airtight container. My kids have already eaten one, and they're like, I want another one, I want another one. Another thing that you could do right before you go to eat it is you could put a little bit of like olive oil and some herbs on top, or you could do some butter and some herbs, just something like that to give it some flavor, because it is bland, you know, it was just the 3 ingredients, but it's kind of up to you on your personal taste and your preference. I hope everyone is doing well. We are praying for our followers with everything that is going on right now in the world. That's all that we have here today. As always, take care and God bless.